Hi, and welcome to the 410 quiz for U.S. History Part B. To access your quiz, you'll go to the navigation bar, click on the Unit 4 tab, which will extend the Unit 4 items, and you can click on 410 quiz. Once you get into the quiz, just a couple of reminders before you begin. Save as you go. Make sure you save your answers as you go. And at the end, submit for grading so it will be sent to me successfully in the grade book. There are a total of 5 questions in this quiz worth 1 point each. In this recording, I'll be reading the questions to you, also the question answer options, to assist you in taking your quiz. If you need to pause the recording while we're working, please feel free to do so. If you need to rewind it to hear me read the question again, you can also do that. Let's get started with your 4.10 quiz. Question number 1. Martin Luther King Jr. believed that the United States had not yet fully realized the ideals of what document? The U.S. Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Magna Carta, or the Mayflower Compact? For this question, you are using the I Have a Dream primary source from Chapter 35 to answer this question. Again, using the same portion of the textbook from Chapter 35, the I Have a Dream primary resource, you're going to answer question number 2. According to Martin Luther King Jr., Mississippi has achieved racial equality for all of its citizens, is further along than most other southern states in achieving racial equality, has granted some equality to its black citizens yet remains somewhat segregated, has done little, if anything, in the way of granting racial equality to all its citizens. Number 3, again using the same resource, Martin Luther King Jr. would most likely have agreed with all the following statements except: a person's values are more important than his physical traits when considering that person for a job. If two people of the same race apply for a job, one should look at how honest and hardworking each is. When trying a person, a jury should consider the actions of the person's family and friends. When deciding whether or not a person should pass a college course, one should look closely at his or her grades. Again, what would most likely have been agreed to by Martin Luther King Jr. except? We're looking for the exception on this one. Number 4, I Have a Dream. Again, the same resource from 35. Use that resource to answer this question. On what does Martin Luther King Jr. pin the hopes for a fully desegregated society? The law, faith, hope, or education? And the last question, again, focusing on your primary source from Chapter 35. What did Martin Luther King Jr. believe must happen before the United States could be considered a great nation? African Americans must become more politically active in state and federal government. All whites must respect blacks and regard them as equal members of society. The nation must become a land where liberty is granted to all without regard to race. Schools and churches must not be allowed to restrict membership to a single race. That's it for quiz 410. Make sure to save your answers and then submit for grading. Good luck on your quiz.